Que lo que mi gente, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. The first session for the beta was released today, and I have a lot of good things to say about it, as well as some negative things to say about it. There were some issues that I found in the game that I want to talk about, and hopefully, it could get fixed before the full game releases, because they're small issues, don't get me wrong. They're not like huge issues, but they can become bigger problems later down the line on the full game if they leave it like that. So first of all, let's talk about the hub world, okay? The hub world itself is very, very pretty, all right? The hub world itself is very pretty. The art style I decided to go with, the whole manga colored art style that I went with, it's actually pretty nice. It doesn't look as bad as people thought it was gonna look, and it actually complements the game pretty nicely. You have kind of like the Boruto era Konoha village, where you can, roam around and talk to the people from the Naruto universe. There's Sakura, there's Tenten, there's Sasuke, there's Kakashi, Shikamaru, and Hokage Naruto, right? So everybody has a role in the hub world. So Kakashi gives you the basic training. Shikamaru is essentially, you talk to him to start the matchmaking process. Sakura has an inn, and then Tenten has a ninja tool shop. I forgot what Sasuke does per se, because I really didn't get to talk to him. The game didn't allow me to talk to him for some reason. So I really don't know what he does. But I know that obviously he's going to have some kind of important thing that you can do in the game itself, right? So with that being said, let's talk about the bad things that I found in the hub world. Because I already talked about how pretty it is, and it's actually a pretty nice hub world, even though most of the areas are closed off because it is the beta. In the full game, I'm hoping that you can actually roam around a lot more. But the bad thing about the hub world is that, everybody spawns in the exact same spot. I'm not talking about in this one area of the village. No. In the exact same spot, everybody spawns. So what happens is, the game just can't keep up with that many avatars coming in and coming out at the same time. So the frame rate chugs. I mean, it drops to like maybe 10 frames. And then when you step away a little bit, it gets better. But when you're roaming around the Leaf Village itself, it still chugs along and it struggles to really stay consistent. And that makes the whole exploring point of it super tedious, man. Like, I could not enjoy walking around the Leaf Village at all, because there's so many avatars walking around at the same time, and the game just can't keep up with it. It just can't. It like breaks down in the sense that like the frame rate just goes to shit. And I hope that that's something that gets fixed, because obviously if on the full game there's gonna be more areas to explore and the frame rate still chugs along, it's not gonna be a fun thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, for the hub world, I really hope that they add some kind of faster travel method. So like maybe a sprint button or something like that, because right now all you have is this very slow run that you got, and you really, you really feel how slow it is, all right? And if you're going to have, like I said before, a lot more areas to explore, it's going to feel like a chore more than something fun and something like a fun exploration, you know what I'm saying? So that's really the issue there with the hub world. Now, the gameplay blew me back, bro. The gameplay blew me back. Let me tell you guys something. The game is running at 60 FPS, with the exception of the hub world, of course. The game runs at 60 FPS. Right now, when you go online, you might not be able to see the full 60 FPS because there's a lot of connection issues, it's a lot of lag, rubber banding and all that. So it's very hard for you to see the 60 FPS, and, you really don't see the fluidity in the gameplay as well as when you do like the basic missions. Now, what do I mean by that? When you go talk to Kakashi for the first time, he gives you a tutorial mission where he tells you about the jutsus, how to do the combos, how to guard, basic stuff. This is basically an offline mode. So when you go into it, you notice just how buttery smooth the gameplay actually is. You can do charged chakra jumps. You can throw a kunai with a wire on it to pull yourself into a wall and run on it. Just about everything is super fluid, all right? There's not a single thing at least when you're playing this basic tutorial mission, it's not a single thing that chugs along. Everything is fluid, buttery smooth, okay? Now, for when you go online, you only have, first of all, you only have one game mode, which is capture the flag. When you go online, you definitely don't see the same thing because obviously, like I said before, you have the connection issues. The beta itself just, I guess, can't handle 8 people at once. And because of that, you know, like I said before, since it's a beta, just in general, the connection is not going to be all that great. And the lag is going to make you think that it's not 60 FPS. That's essentially the problem here. But let me tell you guys something, okay? The combos, the jutsus, just overall how everything is set up is pretty nice. It's pretty nice gameplay-wise. You have 2 jutsus that you can use, right? 2 offensive or defensive jutsu, depends on what type you are. And then you have the substitution jutsu in case you get caught in a combo. You can get out of it and run away, or you can, you know, continue to fight. It really depends on you. Then you have ninja tools. You can equip different ninja tools. It could be a kunai, and the other one that I saw was like paper bombs. I don't know what other ones you could choose. Maybe windmill shuriken. Who knows? But those are the only 2 that I saw in the beta so far. So I really can't tell you how many there are. Okay. Then you have the ultimates, which are pretty nice. The way they went about the ultimates is pretty nice. Okay. So like Kakashi has the Mangekyo Sharingan, right? He uses Kamui to kill you. You have Sasuke uses Kirin. You have Naruto that uses the Rasen Shuriken. And then Sakura uses the mitotic regeneration thing, okay? So, let me tell you guys something. Kakashi and Sasuke have invincibility frames, meaning when they do the ultimates, you cannot stop them from doing it. But you do get enough time, and you do get kind of like a ray of light that tells you where the ultimate is going to land, so you can move away from it. So it's not like this ultimate is this overpowered thing that you can just kill anybody with it. In fact, most of the time, you're going to have to stun your opponent before you even do it if you want to actually land the ultimate on them. That is the only way you can use an ultimate and land it on. The other way, I guess there's another way, which is working together with a teammate. There is the water prison jutsu in this game, even in the beta. A teammate can use the water prison jutsu, and then you can use your ultimate freely and pretty much take care of a whole team if you had like the whole team grouped up. Overall, you know, the gameplay is pretty nice, okay? It's not really like don't consider the game a fighting game because you're gonna be disappointed, all right? The gameplay is very simple. It's nothing advanced, you know, like the combos that you do, even the cancels that you do are pretty basic. But again, the main point of this game is just for you to play objectives with your buddies, and that's it, okay? It's not supposed to be this, you know, super advanced thing. So don't go into this game thinking it's a fighting game. Now, let's talk about the negatives that I found within the gameplay. First of all, the one big issue here is the lock-on system. When you lock on to an opponent, you can do it from super far away. Really, really far away. Now, what is the other issue with this? When you lock on to an opponent and you press the attack button, which is either square or triangle, your character literally travels. I mean, fly towards the opponent that you're locked onto. Okay? So essentially, all you have to really do is lock onto somebody and tap the living shit out of the punch buttons, and you'll just fly to them and attack them. It's pretty dumb. I mean, it's not a bad idea if the person was like 5 feet away from you, but when you can do it from such a huge distance, it creates a problem. All right? Now, what a lot of people are doing in the beta now is they're using the fireball jutsu a lot. Now, what happens? The issue is because you can lock on from so far away, the fireball jutsu tracks, okay? Whatever you're locked onto, whatever projectile you do tracks that person. So essentially, people can use fireball jutsu from a distance, from a very decent distance, and get you with it. And a lot of people were complaining about that. So what they need to do is either nerf the lock-on range. Actually, they need to fix it. And also nerf the distance from where people can, you know, do that whole magnetize to your opponent kind of thing. You need to make it to where it has to be certainly close, like kind of very close, for them to be able to actually magnetize to an opponent and punch him. It can't be from across the map like it's currently now, okay? It's just a big problem. Other than that, the gameplay offers a lot of variety. When you die on a match, you can change your fighting style, And in general, if you put on like a ninja tool, your character will use that ninja tool as a fighting weapon. For example, I saw people with the Sabusa sword, the Executioner's Blade. I saw a lot of people with a regular katana. I saw people with dual kunai. It's pretty cool. It actually adds a lot of variety to the way you fight, and it's pretty nice, okay? I'm not gonna say that, you know, the fighting is all bad or anything like that. It's very fun. It's just not super advanced. Now, I don't know. I wanted to add this one small little gripe that I got. Small, very gripe, okay? Very small. When you're doing a jutsu and you're running at an opponent with a jutsu, let's say Chidori or Rasengan, all that person has to do to stop it is punch you. That's it. So if somebody punches you, that takes priority over you running with a Rasengan towards him, which I find kind of dumb. I understand them being able to interrupt the jutsu if they hit me from behind, or they're doing it, or they hit me while I'm charging the jutsu, but while I'm running with it towards him, makes no sense. All right, just a small little thing there. Let's move on to the last thing that I wanted to talk about, which the first one is, I got two other things I want to talk about, okay? First one is the long matchmaking, okay? The matchmaking is atrocious right now. I don't know if it's because they only have a certain amount of slots open for people in this closed beta, or what, or if it's the matchmaking itself that's broken. But Jesus Christ, dude, no lie. What you do is you talk to Chikamaru and you click quick match, right? And it'll start matching you up with players. So while that's happening, you can roam around the hub world, which I gotta give them credit. It's better than sitting on a lobby and waiting for people to join. But still, it's not fun to run around the hub world at the current moment because of the issues I mentioned before. So you can run around the hub world, and in the bottom left, it'll tell you, okay, we're finding X amount of players out of 8, and this is the amount of players that are currently available right now that you're matched with. And it takes a long, long time. No bullshit. The last match I played took about 12 matches. I mean, that's a 12 match. 12 minutes to actually get into a lobby, okay? And then what happens after you get matched up with 8 people is the other problem that I want to move into, which is the loading times. The loading times are incredible in this game, and not in a good way. They're long enough for you to deviate your attention to something else in the meantime. You know what I'm saying? That's never good. You don't want loading times that are that long on a game, because it's gonna become an issue at one point, all right? And let me tell you this, all right? Let me tell you this, okay? Every time I saw a loading screen, I literally went on YouTube and searched something, or I was on my phone. You lose you lose any kind of attention on it, and I feel like that's a big issue. So hopefully, when the full game releases, they fix that as well, all right? So overall, what did I think about the beta overall? I really liked it. If I have to give a score, because I know PS360 and the other homies were basically giving on their own score to the beta, I would say a 7, you know, a 7 out of 10 easily. It was a very enjoyable beta. It's only been the first session, so I'm going to be playing more later on. But it was very enjoyable, okay? What it has to offer is not much right now, because there's only one game mode, one map, and you're playing that game mode over and over again, so you're bound to get tired of it. But the beta doesn't last very long anyways. It's going to be Saturday, and that's it. After Saturday, you can't play it anymore. But let me tell you guys something, man. The beta surprised the hell out of me. It was very fun. I found the gameplay to be very enjoyable. The customization options are very nice. The hub world is pretty beautiful, even though right now it has the issues that I mentioned. Hopefully they fix that. And I do like the fact that they implemented the characters from the Naruto universe in there to kind of have their own roles. You know, I really do like that. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the beta, all right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below for a survey that Bandai wants people to fill out, people that join the beta. They want them to fill it out so that way they can get as much feedback as possible. So already we're seeing a lot of different positive things happening for this game that other franchises like Storm didn't get. All right. And this is something that I'm very excited for, because that's something that I've wanted for a long time. I want a Naruto game to get support. I want a Naruto game to get DLC. I want a Naruto game to have all the content that it can get, right, for the longest amount of time that it can have it. So I'm going to just stop rambling on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm out. Peace.